Hey, so I was asked about, well, I have a Nordictrack X11i and I also have an HDMI outlet up to a screen. So this isn't the normal setup. You can only get this between 2017 and 2018 models, as that's the only models that came with the HDMI outlet. Nordictrack moved away from the HDMI outlet, and I have noticed that there are some technical issues sometimes, and as I've contacted Nordictrack, they've moved away from this model, so it's not. They realized there was some issues, so that's why they did it. That's why they went to the bigger screens. I can see the marketing behind it, the business side of it. They want you to buy the bigger screens, but I have had to, in the middle of a run, unplug my HDMI, plug my HDMI back in. This is affecting the workout. So I mean, there are different things. I also noticed that it's best for me not to, I can override the system, right, and go at my own speed, but the more I start pressing buttons and the more I start trying to manipulate what's going on, or if I touch the screen and jump back and forth, the more I touch the screen, for sure, it's starting to affect the system to where it doesn't want to output it to the HDMI. So I try to run with the HDMI in, not touch many buttons, if at all. I try to run with the actual system they have set up. Now I can override it with these buttons over on the sides, right? And when I do that, it takes that. Now there's still times, but it's decent. It's not affecting my workout enough. And again, I'm a novice at this, and I just do this for my own enjoyment and exercise. So I'm not any professional athlete to where that's going to affect my training. But I do enjoy that screen. I do enjoy where that screen's at, and that my neck, I'm 6'3", so as I'm running, I can have my correct posture for me, so I enjoy that. Nordictrack, if you're listening, put the screens up higher or have that ability. I understand. I don't want to be down looking like that. That bothered me. So that does need improvement. It's not horrible. I was doing it. It's fine. Maybe if I had the bigger screen down there, it'd be nicer, fancier, something like that. But needs to be up there. It really does. For me. So anyhow, back to why I'm making this video is that all that, there's been tons of questions, tons of comments about that. So I wanted to go ahead and clear that up out of the way before people start asking. I want my HDMI outlet. They don't sell it anymore. They sell bigger screens. So next is, my friend was asking me, what do these workouts look like? Because he likes all the history and all the looking at the different views and where can you go with this iFit, right? It's not necessarily, he likes to travel. He likes the history, and I do too. And I love how Tommy Rivs gives that. This is a great example. So I filmed I filmed the beginning, a little bit in the middle. I also filmed how you can take all this stuff away on the screen and just see the screen. You don't have to worry about you do have to worry about your heart rate, but you won't see heart rate, you won't see elevation, you won't see your speeds, you won't have the leaderboard on there. So that's the last thing that not the last thing I showed, but it's in there. Filmed that. I also filmed the leaderboards. That was new. This is the first time I've seen leaderboards. The first time I've been on there since they've introduced that. And like I said, I think I enjoyed it. I'd like to try it out more and see what I think. The only way I saw to get it off the screen for now was to, do the full screen workout taken away, but it also takes everything else away too. But then, you're just running. You're not having to pay attention to any of the all the rest. So but I enjoyed it. I want to try it more. I thought it was neat. I also didn't realize there was such a huge community already on this, and I guess we can contact through the iFit Facebook page, and maybe be able to join friends through the iFit app on iPhone, whatever mobile device you have, I guess. So that could be neat too, and just kind of see some of the regulars coming around and what that looks like. But this shows a little bit about what iFit looks like. It's not the greatest footage. This isn't the greatest footage, but I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get something out of it. If you do, comment below. If you got questions, comment below, and I'll get back in touch with you. So enjoy what I've filmed, and hope it helps. All right.
Those grooves were used to place a grill down. So when I say this was an area that was built in the late 1800s, it wasn't abandoned until just a couple of years ago. So look off in the distance, you can see the beach down below, and then we have these huge peaks, part of Onaga Natural Park, and then if we were to continue over, you see the terraces that were used for farming off in the distance. These terraces painstakingly built, carved out of the mountain and built up so that the farmers could have the crops that they needed for their families. Right here, guys, look at that thatch roof. All of this still standing. Like I said, this was used until just a couple of years ago. Cannot imagine a more perfect setting for a home than this. All right, so nice and easy. Recovery run number 4. Last time we saw each other, we had some serious pushes, those moderate intensity pushes. During our last pillar workout, we have 2 recovery days. These days are designed to prepare our bodies for the next time that we come back to the Onaga Natural Park. We're gonna do a long, progressive run. We're gonna start actually up on these ridges and come down all the way to Tamariste Beach. Today, just nice and easy, just gentle. This is what we call pre-covery. Pre-covery, meaning the point of this workout is to prepare our bodies for the work that is to come. Check these out, guys. Remember these giant succulents? We saw those when we were in Los Gigantes. Remember what they're called? I'll give you a second to think. Euphorbia canariensis. Euphorbia canariensis. Remember, guys, succulents are a specific type of plant, a specific genus of plant that are found all over the world, but primarily in arid desert areas. All cacti are succulents, but not all succulents are cacti. Riddle me that. Oh boy. All right. This is steep, guys. I want to make sure that I keep my intensity light. So I'm going to bring down the speed a little bit for me. You follow exactly based off of the RPE and intensity I've talked about. So no more than that 75% of our max heart rate target. No more than 4 out of 10 on that RPE. Check this out. I'm gonna let you go ahead, take the lead on this. Check out that view. Check out how cool that view of those succulents there with that peak off in the distance. Incredible, guys. Let's keep working. Whew. This is gonna be a solid climb in the beginning, so we wanna make sure we don't overdo this. As slow as we need to make sure that we stay light intensity. So I'm shooting for no more than 140 beats per minute. The reason I stopped and slowed down back there is because I noticed that this incline, if my intention is to have this be a recovery run, I needed to bring the speed down a little bit to stay under that threshold. The reason, guys, is because I know what is to come. I know the kind of work that we're gonna do on our long run. I wanna make sure my body is ready for that. Whew, all right. All right, so make sure that intensity stays low enough, so nice and easy. A little bit of a climb. Guys, check this out. This specific succulent, very cool. This is the same family of plants that agave plants come from. It's the same family of plants that aloe vera comes from. Aloe vera is actually farmed on these islands. So these huge row after row after row, these aloe vera plants. That word succulent. Succulent basically just means that the plants store water in their leaves or in their limbs. Succulent comes from the Latin word succus, so S-U-C-U-S. What that means is essentially the same Latin root as sap or juice or water. So aloe vera and a lot of the different other succulents, if you break them open, you can see that sap. So there's tons of different medicinal uses from that sap. It can be used for burns. It can be used as a food source. These right here, guys, these are succulents too. So you break one of these off, you can see, if you open it up, look at that, you can see that juice or that sap that's inside them. That's the exact same as you find in aloe vera, all the different plants that are known as succulents. It comes from that specific same root. So these right here, obviously these are more dry, but if you were to press that, if you had the ability to press that plant, you would see that sap come out of it. The same as aloe vera, the same as agave. Okay, so this is the same family of plants that agave comes from, as I mentioned. Check these out. Well, right here, here's one they just cut off. So check this out. Look how thick that is down at the base. You can see the sap coming out of it. Man, guys, it matches my shirt. Man, you could seriously, not that you would want to, but man, you could do some serious damage with this thing. I'm gonna carefully place that back down. All right, we got a little bit of a climb. Keep that intensity light. So if you need to bring it down to a really slow jog.
So we're at the end of my run, and on the leaderboards, I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, but at the end of the run, I actually did enjoy seeing kind of what place I was in and who would step up the speed. And so out of everybody, I got 272 out of 1,389 athletes. Whenever you were seeing me at like in the 30s, I had gone over to the leaderboard, and you can filter it, and you can pick your gender, and you can pick your age group, and I was picking 30, 40, 50, and 60. Just kind of see who's a little bit younger than me and pressing forward, and I'm not trying to race the crazy 18-year-old full and ready to go athlete. So I know where I belong. So very cool, but you can also see this is my speed here along the way. And this is the incline. We went up to 32 max. We did go negative a few times. It's like a -2, something like that. My heart rate did go up to 171 at the bottom, and 141.9 is the average. Yeah, 141.9 average on that, that's a good recovery run for me. So I hit it hard that one time, bumped it to 171, but it wasn't average 141. That's good for a recovery run, I think. So comment below. I burned 445 calories, 2 miles. Again, just a 15-minute mile on that, but there's a lot of inclines. Elevation 856 feet in elevation, finished in 31 minutes 5 seconds. So this is over in Spain. Had a good time with it. Love Spain, love seeing the country. Look forward to more in this series, and always love running with Tommy Ribs. I hope this video helps some. Leave comments below, ask questions, however, start a conversation. So, I'll stay in contact that way. All right, later.